Yeah. What's going on, peoples? It's your boy, Corey, aka Valedictorian, and this is Head of Class Sessions. And the topic for today, I'm really trying to learn y'all today, okay? I'm really trying to show you guys a very important thing. And again, this isn't about men and women relations, but it has to deal with men and women, okay? And what I want to talk about is what is high value in men, what is high value in women, okay? What would we consider as high value traits, high value attributes, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start and say that social media and media in general, and really a lot of influences just from media have dictated to a lot of people what it thinks high value is for men and what high value is for women. It's something that, it's dangerously subjective now, meaning we can't just, like, if you're a young man or if you're a young lady, there isn't anything objective, like anything solid that can't be changed, that can't be manipulated to where they can go to and be like, hey, okay, I gotta do this, or I have to have these traits, or I have to work on this part of myself to be high value. Kind of predictably, people are just equating high value to money. And we're simple people sometimes, but a lot of times that simplicity will get you in a world of hurt. It'll get you in a lot of trouble. It'll get you confused and lost, because I'm here to tell you that there are so many other things, more long-lasting things than money. I know that sounds crazy because we live in the era, money does, cash rules everything around me. Money, you need money to survive. You need money to thrive. Everybody's going to get the bag, which I am not against that. I'm doing that myself right now. But if we put all of our eggs into the basket of monetary means to say that that's what, gives us value as men or women, right? And I already know what the red pill community says. I already know what the manosphere community says. The Kevin Samuels, everything. I've listened to a lot of their clips. I've listened to a lot of their stuff, which they do speak a lot of truth. In order to be, especially with men though, in order to be a high value man, quote unquote, you got to have a certain amount of money. Okay, I get that. But I think that's where the there's a trickling of a fallacy. It's a trickle that's turned into a downpour. I feel that that's incorrect. High value, if you look at it, when you're dealing with men and women, for one, we're human beings, people. Value in people is not just the value of the dollar that they can create, or the value of how much money they can, accumulate. And like I said, this is really going to go against a lot of people's beliefs, but just hang with me. I know it's gonna blow your mind, but just hang with me with this, okay? A high value man, like, let's say, for instance, so the social media's version of a high value, I'm gonna talk about the man, I'm gonna talk about the woman. So the social media version of a high value man usually is a very short list. You gotta be wealthy, you gotta be strong, lead almost the same stuff as where I talked about the alpha male and stuff. But like I said in that video, a man can have more intangible traits and more things to offer than just his bank account or just his, paycheck. Like I said, there is a huge importance for money. You can't just do nothing and say, here, I'm high value. But I think we've inflated the idea of what a high value man is and centered it so much around Oh, you gotta have six figures. Yeah, okay, fine. Now this is the backlash of it. Like the things that I say, or the people that may believe that no, you gotta have some other traits, saying that can bring a personal value and bring a value to the people that you love. People don't want to rock with that. And it makes sense not to, because it's easy just to be like, I'm a high value man, or this is what high value men are. And if you don't make this amount, you're not high value. Okay. The totality of value is more than just monetary. And I mean, I think that's showing so much that you can be like, let's pull out a number, 70,000 or 60,000. A lot of people that, in these clips, they'd be like, 50,000 is too low. Okay, let's go with that. $50,000 a year. Now, I'm not talking about a man that's in a relationship. I'm talking about a guy by himself. A man makes $50,000 a year, but it's also has nurturing traits, where he's helped raise maybe his nephews or somebody, he has great communication traits. A man that can work with a lot with his hands to where he can create monetization for himself. And that's the big thing. It doesn't matter about, getting a job or wherever you work. It's always good to be employed. But if you're able to create wealth from your skills, from your hands, or from your knowledge, that's an intangible value. And, so many other things. I would say men who are able to emote well. I know that goes against the grain. Everybody's saying men shouldn't deal with emotions. Men shouldn't have, we shouldn't have emotional men, which I get that. You shouldn't have men who cannot control their emotions. The men who can and knows how to regulate them and knowing how to help guide others to that's leadership qualities. That's a good trait, and that brings high value. I think that, with that, with men, it's more than money. Now, so the other side, the other gender, for women, okay? Again, I'm going to say social media, their view of what a high value woman is not high value at all. They want it to where, supposed to look a certain way, you're supposed to act a certain way, and it's also centered around money. Okay, they're pushing it big. For if a woman makes, is wealthy, makes six figures or whatever the case may be, social media kind of wants to celebrate that. And look, it's always good for people to get the bag, but that's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. I think that's the common mistake that these influencers and people have made with trying to say that, oh, no, no, it's not just money. Even though money is important, you got to have more than just money, because that how would you explain people who are wealthy who are miserable, or people who are wealthy who seem like they got everything for them, but they don't know how to communicate. They're not good in social settings well. They're not really, they don't understand the ebbs and flows of life and being able how to navigate. They're not good with the hand. There's more to it. And, people can disagree, but this is what I feel. It's what I think. So with women, just because you get the bag, okay, that's a good trait, but you got to have virtuous traits. Are you a nurturer? Do you bring peace? Do you bring just a great companionship for someone else? Or if you're by yourself, it's just a matter of how how much of your worth do you cherish? Are you promiscuous? That's a huge thing. Now, I will say we need to quit with, trying to demonize women who, want to date multiple dudes, because dating could just be dating. I think, like I said, we have been programmed to, just think of the worst of both sides. Think of the worst of men, think of the worst of women. Just because, if a man sees if a man sees a woman dating, he could be dating a different dude each day. We automatically assume that she's being promiscuous with him or sleeping around with all of them. That's not always the case. The same thing for a man. If a man is, well off, and if he's single and doesn't, he's not out there like that, or if he's, dating multiple women, we immediately think of the worst in our human race. We immediately think, oh, they're just players. They just try, she's they call it the S word, what I'm saying? I won't say it on YouTube, but, it rhymes with hut. So many things. But high value for men and women, most of the high value that lasts long, because let's be honest, money is important, but money is fleeting. It can come and go, okay? Now, the way that people can, both men and women, how they build up their empires or build up their businesses or whatever, that's all on them, and those are great accomplishments. But the things that will last through time, especially no matter what age you are, if you get it right, those are the internal things. Those are the things that deal with, intellectual things, the mental things, the emotional things, the way that you interact with people, the way that you're able to connect with people. That's priceless. And that can bring so much value to your life, more than if, compared to someone who's a millionaire but can't do nothing else other than just make money. Okay, yeah, they're high value financially, but we're all get it together, man. I think that life and the way that we live life, it's in levels, it's in layers. One thing is not going to solve everything. I don't care how much you say. You could be like, hey, if all I had was I just had $100 million, yeah, you would be able to. That's life changing right there. But what about the change that's within you? What about the things that's within you that can change lives? Just saying, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. This is the longest one I've done. But this your boy, Corey, aka Valedictorian. This is Head of Class Sessions. And y'all be easy, be safe, always spread love. Peace.